Good afternoon everyone, I'm Gary Martin and today I've got a little bit of a problem. I played with a subscriber quite a few weeks ago and he just bought a brand new putter and we switched clubs and you know, I love the weight and the balance of his putter and it's got in my mind, you know, because I've got a Scotty camera that I love playing with, I love the feel of it, and the reason why I don't change it is because I'm scared that, you know, because I've got so used to the feel of the putter over the years that my distance control would sort of suffer from changing. But I feel like sometimes when you're not holing putts, something's got to change. And the balance of his putter, I remember, I'll put a little clip in, it felt like I could not take it offline when I was swinging it back and through. Because I've never really questioned my putter. It's one of the clubs that I've not questioned changing for a long time. But that just seems to sit so well behind ball. Oh my God, that is so much better balanced.
Great putt. Well in.
Wow. Just taking that back, it just stays.
Yeah,
it just stays square as I'm swinging it. It were a big sort of mallet putter and it weighted with face balance, so you know it wasn't like a toe hang putter, so it just felt like the putter wanted to stay square as I was stroking it. And that's not a feeling I get with my putter. I feel like the head's quite light on it and I've really got to almost like manipulate the face a little bit when I'm stroking it. So is it time to change? We're going to find out today. I'm going to compare the results with my putter and the mallet and just a little bit of a test reel to see whether a mallet is worth considering, because I'm guessing there'll be a lot of people out there like me that's probably reluctant to change a putter they've been using for a while, you know, possibly scared, but yeah, I'm going to test it and I'm going to give you the feedback. So the putter I'm using, it's the Scotty Cameron. It's actually a conversion this. It's a Scotty Cameron Newport 2.5 Detour, but it's been converted. It's got the Tyrolean face. It plays a little bit like a T22, a putter that I can't actually afford, and that's why I went for the conversion, a Chris Finch special. And I think I paid about $299. These are going for well over 500 now as well, so I've pulled a bit of a blinder with that one, but it won't be for sale. I'm going to keep it because I do really love the feel of that, and for distance control it's something I'm really confident with. But I tried this, and you guys will know if you followed my channel from the beginning, I'm not a TaylorMade lover. You know, I'm not somebody, I won't disparage the brand. I think they bring some great quality equipment out, or great performing equipment should I say, but I tried this Spider GT and I've never been somebody that's particularly liked a mallet putter, and I wouldn't have picked one up if it weren't for this guy using one, but we did a club swap and I had to use it and I absolutely loved it. So maybe there is something in trying your mate's clubs, or were it just a one-off, I don't know. But I'm going to test today using a couple of putting drills that I normally tend to do when warming up to see if there's any improvement in the performance with this putter. So both these drills require a ball and 4 tees. So I know I said I'm going to do this with one ball, but seeing as I've got the putting area to myself, I'm going to use 4 so I don't have to keep bending down to pick the ball out of the hole, hopefully. I've had a little bit of a warm-up as well, so I've got a bit of a feel for both putters. I would say the TaylorMade's a little bit softer feel than mine. It feels a little bit softer, so one that I've got to sort of accelerate a little bit more with. But I'll not give it all away so far, but I'm going to start off just using the ladder. I mean, it just sits there itself, you know, which sounds crazy, but wait till you see my putter, the blade. So that literally is sat there, square to the hole. Oh, it's just cheating. You can literally pick a spot. I like to pick a spot halfway, line it up to that spot, and it'll literally just stand there. You know, I can literally do what I want and the putter's not moving. That is just awesome. I suppose you've still got to knock on me. It's not going to do that part for you, but it is nice to feel that once you pick your line and your spot and it sits there, you've got that little, I mean, this is my routine. I like to point the putter, you know, at a starting line and then set to it. Go. I think that was just a little bit short. I'm coming a bit off the line because I don't want to hit the tees, but setup wise, I just feel like I've got more time to set to it and not having to overthink the club face. Lovely. Results wise, obviously end product wise, not so good. Let's see what I feel like now using my Scotty Cameron. And look guys, you know, it's as honest as it can be. You know, I don't know what the results are going to be, but I'm just going to give you feedback because I think, you know, not everybody's got the privilege of actually doing this sort of testing. So mine looks very, does it sit right? Let's have a look. So point it at the spot. I don't know, look, it's sort of towing in now. I'll show you this, I'll bring the camera and show you this, but as I, just 1 second. Yeah, so that just stays square. If you know, I'm setting up to it, and I sort of drop my hands a little bit or lift them a little bit, the club face stays square. If I were to sort of point it at the target and then drop my hands, it toes in. And I think that's just because it's got some, it's not actually toe weighted, but it does, look at the toe hang on that. I mean, that's really designed for a big into square twin stroke, you know, one around your body, and that's not my style of stroke actually. I tend to try to have a bit less arc in my stroke. So it's probably not tuned to me as such, but it feels really nice. I'm used to that feel. Comes off a little bit hotter, so I guess it's one that I can really maybe focus a bit more on taking it straight back and through. Whereas I feel like with that one, I am trying to sort of hit it to make sure I've got the weight. It's as you get to these longer putts, now, I guess I feel as though I'm guessing a little bit more. From a results point of view, end product wise, a Scotty, my own putter, I think it's here and there, but I think feel wise and confidence wise there's a lot to be said for the TaylorMade. I think it'd just be a matter of adapting to it. Now I'm going to show you my second drill that I like to, which is around the world, which gets you thinking about the breaks and, you know, up and downhill. So I'm going to start off with mallet first. So I picked a spot, just right edge. I just get so much confidence, you know, when I'm stood over it with mallet. I reckon if I had a clutch putt in a match, you know, from this sort of distance, I think it'd be this one every time for me. And I don't like the look of the putter as such, you know. I don't like pick it up and think, oh, I mean, I'd have never picked this up off the shelf. It wouldn't have been my choice. Sorry, I've got my back to you. Get in the comments, guys, what putters are you using and why? You know, what is the reason for using your putter? It's going to be a really interesting one, this, because if I was picking a putter on looks, it'd be mine every single time. If I were picking a putter on feel, it'd be mine, you know, every single time. If I were picking a putter on, you know, confidence, that gives me the most confidence, it would be this every time. And I've tried a lot of putters and not many have made me feel like this. Not many have made me consider swapping mine. I can only just tell you how much balance. And have you tried one of these? Anyone using them? Is it just me? You know, there's a lot of questions to be asked here, but, you know, get in the comments, because I think other subscribers, you know, will really sort of, I know they're going to listen to me as well, but it'd be nice for them to sort of see what other people think, you know, and read other comments. We're going to finish with some longer putts. And I think then I've really got to make a decision. I've got to make a commitment, haven't I, to, am I going to change? And I'm not playing that competitively at the minute. So, you know, it is more social golf for me. So I guess that's why I probably, see, that's what I mean. You know, I've probably not sort of forced myself to change, because it's not so much if I've missed one of them. I mean, it should do, but so let's take this seriously. So I'll pick my spot. I didn't feel as unconfident with this until I just tried that one, actually. There's not a lot in it, but there's enough to really make me consider. I think if I didn't have a putter that I like the look of so much and I like the feel of, and you know, it is a very nice piece of equipment, isn't it, then I wouldn't be as reluctant to change. And that's my problem, is that I don't particularly look at that TaylorMade putter and like it. It's just the fact that it gives me some more, it does give me more confidence. You know, I've got to admit, you know, I can't just go out there and spend £250. I've got other things in life, you know, at the minute that I've, house-wise, that I'm spending quite a bit of money on. So I haven't changed my equipment much this year. You know, what should I be doing? I guess my issue is as well, is I don't really want to sell this putter to free any money up. That's my big issue. If I were happy to sell this, then it wouldn't be so much of a question, but I know that one day I might just regret it. You know what? I'm going to have one more with the Scotty camera. I'm going to use that first one as a practice putt. A bit more than it did. And I want to give the Scotty Cameron a fair chance. So there's not a lot in it. It's very straight. Am I going to feel as confident from here? Just having a bigger head, just that was right in the jaws, weren't it? I'm gonna have to even move that. It sounds crazy this, but what I'm gonna say is having a bigger head almost feels like I've got a bigger chance of holing it. It feels like, I don't know, it just feels like I'm more prepared. Like I go through a little bit more of a line, sit and stance, because I'm not as in a rush to sort of stand and hit it, because I know that once I've set up to the line, I can address and get comfortable and then think about the weight. I think just to conclude there, you know, performance-wise has not been enough to make me snap and buy the putter, but certainly feel-wise and confidence-wise, you know, stood from here in a longer putt, I felt with this that I could hole it, and I don't feel as serious about holing a putt with that putter. You know, don't get me wrong, I don't stand over it thinking, oh, I'm not going to hole this, but I certainly feel more confident on a longer putt that I'm going to hole this. I feel more confident on a short putt I'm going to hole it. I've not had any better results, but I guess it's a feeling thing, you know. There's no negative thoughts with this putter. I have had negative thoughts with this one, especially on the shorter putts. So I think under pressure, when I've really got to hole a putt, not having negative thoughts is going to help me. there's not been enough, you know, I'm sorry this conclusion's a bit sort of unconcluded. I'm going to have to play with it over the next few rounds. So, you know, if you watch my content, I'm going to be at Hillside this week. I'm going to take it to Hillside. I'm going to play with it on a top 100 course. And I think after a round or maybe 2 rounds, I'll start to really know then whether, you know, this is the putter for me. I know you guys don't always get the privilege to do that, but, you know, that's what I'm here for, is to try to, you know, help and advise. And I think I'll be able to give you a bit more conclusion after a few more rounds. But I think based on not performance, based on mental thoughts and feelings, it's going to get a place in my bag for the next few rounds, and we're going to see how it performs. So if you're not subscribed, guys, make sure you're subscribed. We're doing the top 100 courses. We're at Hillside next week. We've already played Ganton and Lindrick, and Ganton for me is the best, one of the best courses I've ever played. You know, nothing will take the feeling away from St Andrews, but Ganton is one of the best courses I've ever played. And you know, if I can play a course that's better than that, you know, I'm going to be honest and tell you, and I feel really privileged if we can find one. And Hillside could be, from what I've heard, better. But we're going to find that out next week. So, yep, hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you guys in a few days' time.